everyone, and welcome to our session today, where we're going to be reviewing some of the insights that Tricia and I have had after our first week of the 40-day abundance experience. I've had a couple interesting things, and I think Tricia has too. So let's dive right in. Tricia, why don't you share some of the things that you felt and saw as you were in this first week of the abundance experience?
Sure. Well, the first one was the very first day, which was understanding or experiencing God, Goddess, individualized as me. And that one really resonated for me. I guess because it gave me permission to be me. And
Mm,
so
mm,
that stuck in my head all day. I kind of repeated that prayer, if you will, because it felt like a prayer all
right.
day about being individualized as, as a part of God, Goddess, and in this case Lakshmi, because she's abundance and prosperity. That I'm not, I'm not separate. I'm not separate from her, even though
Yeah.
I may not, as Tricia, possess all of her qualities. Um, she's not separate from me, and that was beautiful. That kept coming back to me all day as a beautiful way to start this. Um,
Mhm.
it's not me and her. It's me understanding how I am her.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's so
yeah, so that
powerful.
it really is.
It really, because I do suffer from that idea of something outside of me and me trying to get to it or earn it,
Earn it, right?
and be good enough for it. All those games that I shouldn't call them games, but that's what it feels like. They're mental agreements and beliefs that we were brought up with, and I could still feel it, like you said, and that idea of us, that energy as me expressing it, and and it expressing itself uniquely through me is still, I want to say, a journey and an unfoldment for me. So I think you saying that it's and letting it be a mantra or something, it's expressing itself as me is really brilliant and powerful and true. Right? And true. And I think that's what if I were to pick the thing that, I'm always playing with is catching myself in the middle of thinking separation and then realigning to that truth, that
Mm-hmm.
it's expressing itself as me. And then of course there's a part of you that's like, well, I want to know more about me, the true me, the as me, the abundance me, the me that doesn't agree to lack or insufficiency or separation. I think I'm still trying to feel into what that feels like. I don't know. So when you were
Yes,
saying that all day, what were you feeling as you were saying it?
I was feeling some what the word that pops into my head is excitement, but I'm not sure that captures it exactly. But I guess wanting to being excited about wanting to really know that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just trying to say. Yes. Wanting to really know it as me. And I'm like, it
Right.
brings up your mind wants to do a lot of gaming or playing with that, but it's that experience that and I think this comes out a couple times as we go through the week is, that I'm safe. I can relax. I can be at
Mm.
more peace, that as me, hopefully people are, and I think is going to come forward even more as we go through these 40 days, is you can settle down. You can not be so on edge and start to become more comfortable with the idea of that divine abundance flowing through you as you. It's one of the most powerful words after and, I think.
Well, one of the things I really saw about myself this week while we were doing this is how when I get really anxious, I really like to withdraw
Mm,
and, yeah, watch TV, kind of like just instead of being present, I like to withdraw so I don't feel those feelings of anxiety. And so I keep reminding myself that I can only have this experience of Lakshmi in the present moment, not by withdrawing or not in the past or not in the future. So it's a reminder to me to stay present no matter what's coming up.
right. And that in the present, that abundance energy can flow through you, that joy energy, that health energy, that all of that. It's
Right.
it's
It's
when you
not going to
mention,
happen. Yeah, it's not going to happen if I keep trying to avoid being present.
right, or distract.
Right.
Because it's funny, as this morning I was paying this bill and I was like, why do I feel anxious? And I was like, oh, this is weird. And it's kind of an old habit, I think it's an old habit around paying big bills, not little bills, big bills. And I was like, I was having compassion for people who really have that, and they aren't present to say, wait a second. I am really rewiring my cosmology, my energy system to allow myself to feel the grace that it's all here for me. Everything I need is here for me right now in the present. And I think that's what this 40-day experience really brings more consciously is for us to make a conscious choice about that, to us make a conscious re-experiencing of that abundance in the present moment. And of course, be generous with yourself and notice, wow, look at how I just distracted myself. And I did. I tried to distract myself. I made a cup of coffee. I had some water. I looked, I was
Right.
like trying to settle myself down. Because I was having like a little bit of like pinging, like, oh, what's up with that? That's so weird. To feel your body. And then you're like, okay, we're okay. We're okay. It's all okay. That abundance energy has my back and my front and my side. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that because I felt that too. And I can really feel for people who are doing their bills or writing out their checks or, it probably, I don't know if they notice having a flare up around that, but it's like you said, when you're present to it, you can notice it. And
Right.
then you can reaffirm the statement for the day, which is, it is me as me, which I loved.
Yes.
I was going to share, so I was reading day 5, and I'm going to actually read it because I thought it was really interesting. And it popped, what I felt was as it came right away. Money is not my supply. No person, place, or condition is my supply. My awareness, understanding, and knowledge of the all-providing activity of the divine mind within me is my supply. My consciousness of this truth is unlimited, therefore my supply is unlimited. Um, and all of a sudden, the first thought that came to my head is, boy, I hope I don't have to lose all my money. I hope and it's the story we always hear about how people lose everything before they have everything, or the fear reaction was, and as I delved into it a little bit more, it was the whole. I know. Let me just preface this. This is mine, of course. I was brought up Catholic, and so it's how Jesus had to sacrifice. And I have a lot of Italian in me, which
Ah,
sacrifice and martyr. And so it's, if you're a good person, you give everything away. If you want to show your love and to God, you lose everything to show God how much you love or him. Yeah, let's use him because that's the energy from the past. And so I was really surprised that my mind, in my cosmology, thought that you really have to make a big sacrifice in order to, allow God to love you. And
Right. Well, that is how we were brought up religiously. Because same thing, I was brought up in the Catholic Church. I mean, and look at all of the saints,
yeah, they were
all of
martyred,
the
right,
right. They were all martyred, or you're right, something terrible happened, and that's why they became saints.
right.
Um,
And
so
just
we
watch a
were,
modern movie too,
but
Something
right,
horrible's got to happen before the good stuff can happen. And I'm like, oh,
right. I
buddy,
know
let that go.
Even Disney movies are like that.
All of
We're
them. I
not
mean, yeah,
bad.
if you do an index and an inventory of all the movies, it's like, uh, even, Snow White, some nasty thing has to happen.
Right.
Um,
But
it,
all of us, and especially at the age we're at, have had experienced loss
yeah,
in ways we didn't expect and in ways we didn't understand. So, in a way, we've already had that experience. So, there's no need to go back and redo it. I mean, we've lost friends, um, family members, stuff like that. So, we really don't need to go back and repeat that. It's already
right,
happened.
right.
Right.
Yes. But I think it really does. And one of the things I wanted to title this session was, you know, you're safe. Give you,
Mm,
I think going back to the concept of safety, because when you have an external energy that you assume is judging you to see if you're worthy of abundance, you can trip into very easily the briar patch of safety. And we keep trying to be good enough so that it doesn't hurt us or whatever, And so I think it's really worthwhile. And I think this is why it came up for me this week, is to again readdress the safety issue through this abundance. This abundance is flowing through me as me. It's not outside of me. It's lavish, unfailing abundance. It's omnipresent substance of the universe. And it is the reality of me as me. I really, like you were saying, coming back to that and becoming present to that, as I was having this, oh geez, fear reaction, or maybe an old habitual
right. Old
belief.
habit. Yeah.
Yeah. And how do I be good enough? And then you can feel that whole, almost your 5-year-old and 7-year-old self stepping forward and saying, well, maybe I'll try this, maybe I'll try that, maybe, or I'll be good, or I'll become wallpaper. All of a sudden around this fear reaction or this old notion. And I thought, and it popped in right as I was, talking about surrendering my old ideas to this abundance flow, this truly loving, lavish experience. And so so I guess what I'm saying to whoever's listening, don't stuff that. Let it come forward and soothe yourself with a new truth.
Right. I think in order for us to really know ourselves as lavish, um, the limiting part of it has to come up first so we can see it and move past it.
And
I'm,
choose a new, yeah,
and right. And I think that's the biggest thing, is to view it as an opportunity. This is my opportunity to choose to let that go. That at one time that served me, and now it really doesn't. So now the space that belief took up is open for this lavish prosperity relief to come in its place. So
right.
yeah, don't be afraid of those things. Stay present, stay present,
Mm.
stay present. And it's what I keep repeating to myself through this process, to stay present. Let it, yeah, let it be this interesting process.
I almost want to say, stay present with this new understanding and this new awareness of the lavish all-sufficiency as me. Um, because I know present, my mind wants to grab it and still fix, and stay present with it as me kind of soothes my ego, my mind. It can balm it. It can say, here I am, here we are, here this energy is. When you are present, you can feel us. You can feel the grace.
Right.
Um,
Whatever these 10 statements are, that's your mantra for the day. And that's a reason to be present so that whatever other thought is coming up, you can replace it with
yes.
yeah.
Remember and replace. Absolutely. That's a big part of this 40-day, isn't just noticing this, or going through the process and sitting down. It's when something moves forward, clearing it. We had an alchemizing session before. Maybe I should even journal a little bit more about it and go burn it and truly let it go. Open the drains in the bottom of your feet and let it, drizzle out. And let that all sufficiency absorb it and reclaim it and use it and turn it back. All this stuff, all this energy can be recycled and aligned to higher and higher vibration. I know that. I know
Right.
it. um so yeah, don't skirt away from it. And I don't want to. I wanted to alchemize it. And then like you said, reuse it, remember, and then, alter it, uplift it.
Right.
One of the things you said before we started, and I don't know if you mind sharing, was how you've been approaching every day.
Well, I love that the mantra, if you will, for the day changes because I don't know what it's going to be. And I haven't been going ahead and looking to see. I've been waiting till I'm actually in my place of meditating to look at what the mantra, I'll call it that, because that's
Mhm.
what it means to me, is for that day. So it's really fresh. And I'm in a space where it it excites me.
Mm.
And I don't, yeah, that's the word that's coming to me, but it's like this prospect of, again, I'm replacing fear and lack with this abundance. And what he's encouraging from this book is to really feel a feeling sense, not an intellectual sense, but really, what some of the words in here. One of the ones I loved was lavish abundance. So I kept
Mhm.
sitting there, lavish me with abundance. I want to feel what that feels like to just be lavished with abundance.
Right,
So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's using the words as feeling, um, instead of just something I'm repeating in my
In your
head.
head, right? It's got to
Yeah.
drop down past your head into your heart chakra and into your solar plexus and all the way down through your root chakra. Absolutely.
Oh, even into the palms of my hands, I
Right,
think.
exactly.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
soles of your feet. Let it become
Yes.
a full body experience. And for me, like when you were saying that, I was like, what I kept reminding myself of is unfailing. One of the words that came out was unfailing. And again, leaning into that I'm not in this alone. And when you were talking, I could feel my heart go, ah. Oh, it's
Right.
being held like a child. It's being held in the grace of the great mother, the great father, the great unlimited. And I think we sometimes, like you said, intellectualize it, and then it can't seep into ourselves that already know what it feels like and want to
Right.
continue to.
Right. Well, as long as we're intellectualizing it, we're not. feeling it. We're not absorbed in it and soaking
Right.
it in. We're thinking on it again, which, yeah, which isn't the same thing. It isn't the
No.
same thing. And I know that from my tantric practices. It's the minute I stop thinking about what that mantra means literally and feel it. It's why a lot of times I don't bother to learn the English translation of a mantra I'm learning, because just hearing it in Sanskrit means I'm not processing the words all. Oh, it means this, so I should feel this way. Instead, it's just, how do I really feel as I'm saying this and repeating this? How do I really feel? And
Mm,
that becomes, that takes over, that shifts me into that space of feeling and not thinking.
mm. Thank you for saying that because it's interesting. For me, I like to know some of the words of the translation because I think because I'm so mental and my mind's always so active, it wants to understand. And when it understands enough, it lets me relax. And of course, the practice is by we're trying to get the mind to not be so active, but and part of my journey is, okay, well, if you're going to do that, how do I balm you? How do I use you as my friend and work with you as my friend? And as my friend, this is what the mantra means. So you can relax, you can settle down, you can accept. And that's what to me this whole abundance journey throughout our life is really about. I mean, money is a part of it, but it's a bigger gracing that
Mm-hmm.
we're leaning back into and allowing ourselves to be cradled and cared for. And I think for a lot of us, I'll speak, I should speak for myself. That's been a big journey because of, hey, become an independent, be self-reliant, and all those beautiful things, but also lean into this great, unlimited, unfailing, all sufficient and lavish energy that is us and created us, and we are forever intertwined and as a part of. That's a whole new paradigm. And I hope people are feeling that whole new idea as they work, as you sit down and marinate in this 40 days.
And I just want to add something else here too. The experience is not going to be the same for everybody. I
Right.
mean, we're sharing our experiences, but that doesn't mean that this is the right way or the
Right.
way it should be happening for anybody else. Trust your own experience. If you're actually doing this and sitting down and and just meditating on the expression or mantra of that day, trust whatever comes up for you.
It's perfect for you at
Perfect
this
for
time.
you. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
We're offering suggestions of what our experience is and how we're interpreting them, but that doesn't mean it's exactly how it's going to be for anyone else. And
Right.
so I don't want to limit anybody by saying your experience is correct and what should be happening or mine is.
Right.
It's very individualized
Right.
because everyone has their own unique relationship to the divine.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And that's what the journey is you having your own unique experience and trusting that it's coming for you. It wants
Yes.
you and it's got and and I love and I know and it knows exactly how to work with you as you. It's been a part of you for all, your whole lifetime. So it understands how you think, how you operate, and that wisdom can work with you,
Right.
as a human
Right.
you, which I love too.
Individualized you.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Individualized you. Yes. Just the
yes,
number one, the first one. Yes.
yes.
So, and the reason I really want to keep bringing us back to that is because when when I do meditation with people in class, I frequently get asked, I had this experience. Is that okay? I
Mm,
experienced this. Is that right?
mm,
There is no right. It's
mm.
whatever your unique individualized experience is with these mantras. That's exactly what's perfect for you.
Thank you for saying that. Absolutely. Perfect. Yes. And I think that goes back to the whole thing of, am I doing it right? Am I good enough? You know, that inadequacy, insufficiency key nugget that we're slowly pulling, like you said, layering, removing we're delayering so we can see that and blossom fully as, the unique expression we are, because you're here, therefore you need to be here. Your magic in action, and you're gracing us with your uniqueness. And that's what I think is, if we settle into that and allow that, it's one of the greatest gifts we could ever give to humanity, is us in our full uniqueness. So thank you for saying that about that. So, we talked about you doing if you have anything to add, please do, the Lakshmi closeout.
So I pray to Lakshmi, goddess Lakshmi, and to all of the saints, sages, guides, angels, archangels, energies around us working for our highest good. All of our guides, angels, archangels, all the energies around us working for our highest good, to allow us to experience ourselves as lavish abundance. Allow me to know myself as lavish abundance. And so it is. Swaha.
Swaha. Have a great week, everyone, and continue allowing yourself to see your unique abundance journey. It's I hope you're experiencing everything we could have wished for, which is you getting to know yourself as that magnificent, divine, lavish abundance. Yes. Have a great week. Namaste.
Namaste.